I don't.
Are you sick again?
It's bronchitis. Every time I get sick, every time I get a cold.
You're not spreadable, are you?
No, I'm not contagious. I have bronchitis. It's just...
From Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9, from the City Hall Council Chambers, it's time once again for the Taxpayers Hotline Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your host...
Well, here we are. What was that?
I don't know, saying hello.
Here we are with Councilman Kaz Kwiatkowski and his good friend...
Bob.
Oh, you're DJ, right?
I'm DJ.
Back from your trials and tribulations.
My trouser tribulation?
Right. You were... hey, we've been getting phone calls. Where's DJ?
I don't know.
Well, we have a caller, actually.
Caller.
So go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz, I did call your house and I get your answer machine. I did leave a message. Did you ever check that out?
You know, I had a little trouble with my machine, but I going back and picking up on phone calls. I probably got to yours, but it was a little bit later than I wanted to.
Yeah, because did you ever talk to code enforcement for them to? Because I thought that should be a handicap accessory for the Y on Tented Beach there.
Yeah, we talked to him a little bit, but I'm going to sit down with him because I got some other issues that I'm putting together, so we're going to have a little longer meeting. I got your number, I think.
Yeah, my phone number.
Oh, don't give it, because I got it, I believe.
Yeah, okay. And I have an answer machine, too, because I don't pick the phone up a lot of times unless I know you're on the phone.
Yeah, I don't want you leaving your...
Have idiots will call me on the phone.
Right, don't put your number over the air, though, because I got it.
Yeah. And like I said, I didn't like that when that second guy came on. He said that I was a troublemaker,
Some people... Well, you know what? Everybody's got to write their opinion, and...
I know. I did talk to the mayor's secretary, and she told me, they have a voice and opinion, But I never talked bad about the streets department or nothing. I always thought they did a good job.
Everybody's free to talk, and if they want to come to a council meeting, and I'm perfectly willing to sit there all night and listen. That's their time to vent their problems, and that's what we're here for,
I know.
But everybody's going to disagree with other people, but...
Yeah, and did you ever go up there and check that up there by Tops here?
I go by...
Because they did a fast job on it.
Yeah, I go by there all the time. I was going to kind of wait until the weather broke a lot better than it is now.
Yeah.
And
I was wondering if PennDOT could fix that.
I don't think Liberty is a PennDOT street.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't believe it is. I think it's 38th Street is, but not that one. I have to,
I think on 14th Street to 12th, I think ain't that run by the state or no?
I'm going to have to. What I'm going to have to do is get a list of the state highways from the engineering department. I used to have them when I was controller. I had them like a map roughly, but that's really not my department to monitor. So, but I'll try to get a list because some of them I know off the top of my head, but some I don't. What it comes down to is PennDOT will either pay us to take care of them, or they'll do it every once in a while. But it's only a few streets. It's not all of them.
Right.
That's why when you see us plowing like Peach Street, up in Peach Street in Mill Creek, the state will plow. Down here, we plowed because we get paid to do it for them.
Right. But, they do a good job plowing. Even on State Street, they can even open the sidewalks up.
Well,
the guys to run them little tractors.
Well, I like the guy, the guy's been doing it lately. He seems to have well, everybody's a little different, and I'm not saying any of them were bad, but this gentleman seems to get them done a lot quicker in the inner city areas, like the side streets, which is...
The sidewalk pretty good, but where they handicap, they should try to keep them open.
Well, the problem is they can't raise the plows. I mean, everybody thinks they can.
Right, yeah.
That's where you're...
The
Well, really, when you look at how it's supposed to work, the homeowner is supposed to do that,
Right.
or the businesses that are right by there.
Yeah, right.
Or here's a project for some of the, what do you call it, the college kids and the service groups that want to do something. They could go around clearing out a few of them,
Yeah.
especially where they know there's handicapped people
Right.
living in the area. Because sometimes you don't have anybody, but neighborhoods are aware of where the people are and who needs to be helped.
Yeah,
It used to be that way, but it's not as much anymore.
right. But they should, the main thing is keep the fire hydrants open.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like when I worked for the park authority, we used to clear all of our stuff out,
Yeah.
and they kind of tell the homeowners to do it once again.
Yeah.
And although you can't force them until, but if I was right by a fire hydrant,
I would shovel it out.
yeah, because if my house is right there, I'd.
Yeah.
If you have a fire at your house, you want them to put it out quicker.
Yeah, the firemen will dig it out, but just remember, while they're digging it out,
Yeah.
they can't hook up the water.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you go.
Okay, and I probably won't see you. I'm going to be gone next week, so you have a good Easter.
Yeah, you too. All right.
Don't
bye.
eat too much chocolate now.
Hey, bye.
So, what's new with you?
Not much. It's been getting kind of ready for Easter. See my grandkids, which we don't see enough of.
Yeah. It seems like you travel a lot, though. You're always
Well, with kids all over
up in Michigan or something. Isn't it?
Minnesota.
Where do you go? Minnesota.
with kids all over the country, it's
Yeah.
I spend more time in airports and on the highways than I.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when we got a changing world today. That nobody lives like they used to in their hometowns.
Yeah. Nobody actually goes and talks to anyone anymore. It's all done on Facebook and computers and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm glad you get out.
I saw something sad on TV today. There was a viral. Did you see that thing? What do they call that? When the kids put things out on.
When a video goes
Like a
viral.
viral
video, yeah.
And it was one about this grandfather. He had made I forget a number of hamburgers for guests.
Yeah.
Grandkids are supposed to come.
Yeah.
Only one showed up.
Oh.
So he's sitting there eating 11 hamburgers, but not all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And his little granddaughter sent it out. And so
Yeah.
now the people are going to have a party for him.
Oh, that's.
So, I mean, that's what happens.
That's sad, but
we live in
it's-
a new world where everybody's tweeting and.
Oh, sure.
I'm amazed. I go to a ball game, right? And you spend a lot of money to go to it.
Oh, yeah.
Not
I know
locally,
where you're
but,
going.
when you go to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you see these people sitting there tweeting their heads off. Some of them get hit by bats and baseballs, because they're big, right? And you wonder, why did you go to the game?
I know. People aren't in the moment anymore. There's no such thing as being in the moment.
No, when I went with my dad, we had a hot dog together, we had later on a beer,
Yeah.
But, we conversed and talked about baseball. Now you look at the kids and each one of them, the father and the
Everybody's
son.
on a thing.
Yeah, what are you looking up the stats? They're on the board. You don't need them that quick.
Yeah,
You can wait till you get back in your car.
I'm an opponent of social media and Facebook and Twitter. I hate all of it. I do not like it. I
use
have
it,
it.
but not like I should.
I use it as a tool. I use it to communicate when I can't, but I don't put my whole life out there. I don't put out pictures of my food. I don't sit there at an event and I'm just doing the thing with the phone. I just put it down.
I mean, think about it. When you're
Be real.
When you're an elected official, you're a target sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to tweet somebody, tell them I'm coming out of the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can hit me
Oh,
better with
yeah.
the eggs, right?
Yeah, well, you do lie. You say, oh, yeah, I'm at this restaurant and I'm coming out, I'm leaving in 10 minutes, and then they all go to the wrong place and you sneak off in the other direction. It can be used as a tool.
Yes. But I like the tool that says I don't take it with me,
Yeah, you just turn it off, I got mine, I have mine with me because I don't have a watch. I don't like wearing watches, and if somebody needs to reach me, I got my phone, but I hate being one of those people. It's just like,
I know everybody's on that.
Yeah, I like going out and doing stuff. I did stuff this weekend. I went to Toledo.
I haven't ever been to Toledo. I've been by Toledo, but never in it.
It's not bad. I went to something called a Ham Fest. You ever hear of a Ham Fest? Amateur radio.
Oh, that kind of ham.
Yeah, not bacon. As much as I wish
brother
it
used to
was.
be big into that.
Yeah, amateur radio, flea market. It was cool.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz, this is Big Art. How you been doing, buddy? Been doing a good job.
Hey, thank you. How you doing now?
I'm hanging in there, buddy. surviving, of course, you know how it goes.
Oh, as long as you're, what they say, as long as you're vertical and happy.
That's Kaz, yeah. Give me a call sometime. Give me, we get together or something. We bullshit like we did years ago.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Hey, leave me your number off the air. You know how to get a hold of me?
Yeah, I know how, whatever, from City Hall and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, leave me your number and I'll get back to you.
Okay, to them or what?
You can call me at home.
Call you home?
Yeah, I got, the number is 825.
Hang on a minute, let me get a pen.
I know you're not afraid to give your number out.
It's in the book anyway. I mean,
825, yeah.
7601.
7601. Okay, Kaz.
Okay?
All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna send you a message right now.
Just so you don't, if it comes up, lately, like the do not call list doesn't work.
No, I've been getting tons of
But you know what
calls from
solves
people
it?
trying to sell me
You
stuff.
know what solves it?
Turn it off.
Well, either I if I don't recognize the number, like it's from Texas or,
Yeah.
So I sit there with silence, and they go, hello, hello,
Hello.
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 Is this so? They'll say something, I'll say, no, because the name's wrong anyway, the way they said it.
Right, yeah.
Or they'll say something, and I'll say, well, who'd you try to call? Or I do it in Polish. That really just, I mean, you answer somebody in Polish, that will change their night.
I need to learn another language just so I can do that.
The one guy, it was funny. I said, like, real quick, dobry wieczór, good evening. And he goes, he's sitting there, and he's starting to talk to me in English. So I kept going at him in Polish. He just didn't get it,
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Or, it's amazing. Or did you ever hear the two machines talking to each other? That's funny.
No, the answering machine. Oh, like they're robots talking to your answering machine. Yeah. I get the ones that are like, there's nothing wrong with your account, but we need to talk to you about
why'd
this.
you call me?
Exactly. What account would that be? Exactly what account are you talking
Are
about?
you aware I don't have an account with your bank? Oh, you don't? Well, you knew that when you called here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like,
yeah.
There's a lot of
People just
scams going around.
People got to be careful. I was going to say, if you pick up the phone and there's somebody trying to sell you something or ask for information, it's probably a scam. I hang up on a lot of people.
Yeah, to our senior friends who, a lot of them are targets.
Yeah.
If you get a call from the IRS, don't believe it.
It's not real.
Yeah, they will contact you by mail first, and then they'll call you. But they'll warn you that they're calling you.
Right.
But yeah, all these scams for the Nigerian, I'm going to give you tons of money scam to the, see, now they got the IRS scam, then they got the various fundraising things. And you can, and you never, rare is I would say never do you have to pay for a prize.
Right.
And you don't, if you didn't enter the contest, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, I just won a lottery from Australia. Okay, sure. Never been, didn't enter. I guess it could be legit. No.
Oh, yeah, no. That's what,
Yeah.
And no matter how much you tell people, they
don't
still
believe
get
anything.
taken.
Yeah, don't believe anything anybody says. Just don't. If they call you up or contact you by email, it's probably BS.
So you were in Ohio, huh?
I was in Ohio. I was in Toledo.
And you did your due
I
diligence?
did my civic duty. I voted. I don't know. I guess I can't. I'm not allowed to say, who, but, I voted. Their name is on the other side of this placard.
The rumor was it was a...
but I can't show
it was from the left, and it was a white-haired gentleman.
Yes. And he doesn't make
That's a rumor,
chicken.
right?
Yes, he doesn't make chicken, but he shares the last name of my favorite chicken restaurant.
This will be one for the books, though. This election will be one for the book.
Oh, it's on.
I'm flying out of Cleveland once in a while.
Yeah.
And, they're trying to put their best face on.
Yeah.
So the road around the baseball park that heads out to the airport.
Right.
Remember the bridge that's been down for a while?
Sure.
Do you travel around Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm around Cleveland all the time.
We know the bridge that goes right past the ballpark?
Yeah.
They're working like heck on there.
Oh, sure.
Trying to get that one done
They're getting ready for the Republican National Convention.
And then you go to the airport, and that's a real trip because They got a facelift on there, like.
They're doing it everywhere because I live 40 minutes south of Cleveland, and they're doing stuff in my town.
Is that where you
because
live that close, huh?
They're putting in hotels and stuff just
Really?
for the Republican National Convention.
Well,
they're rebuilding our street and everything.
I read a thing about if you have a favorite restaurant downtown, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it too. Besides the security zone that's going to be erected, all the delegates have already booked those restaurants.
Yeah. No, it's something. I'm glad to see that there's a lot of people that are up in arms. Everybody's like, I don't like the way things are going. Well, this is good because this is getting people that usually wouldn't come out and vote. People are stating their opinions, and people are standing for what they believe in.
But they got to do it all the time. That's the problem.
That's the thing. This one time, it's great to get everybody started, but everybody needs to keep going and be involved in the system, or else the system didn't fail you. You failed the system. You've got to be active, or else you can't really complain about it.
We were amazed when we were in Poland with the delegation that time.
Yeah.
They hadn't been allowed to vote for years. Well, they could vote, but it was like, one name, put in the box. So we were watching people literally walking in the rain to vote,
Nice.
But that's what happens when you don't have it,
Yeah.
We get kind of complacent here.
We do, and people get comfortable and they think, somebody else will handle the problem. No, you really got to be active.
I can remember when I was in the service, and we had draftees, and we would, the kids are 18, couldn't vote.
Right.
Basically, they couldn't drink, they couldn't vote, but they could take a bullet.
Yeah.
And we used to be.
Yeah, that's.
I shouldn't tell you, but I used to buy alcohol for those guys. Yes, we did. The older guys would.
Yeah.
What are they going to do to us? Send us overseas? I mean, really? What do put us in prison? What?
Yeah, I hear you.
But when you thought about it, and I remember the big comment was, we can't even elect the guy that sends us over here. For years we fought that. Now they can do it.
Yeah.
And nobody
does.
Nobody gives a crap.
Except
for the presidential election, every once in a while they get enthused. But the rest of them, the ones that really, have an impact on their life.
Right.
The congressmen, all that,
Yeah. Yeah, if people don't like the way things are going, they have to get involved in the system. They have to vote more often. If you don't like things that are going on with even local politics, go out and vote. Get your friends together, start groups, do something.
Yeah, fill this chamber up every night. I don't care.
Yeah, sure.
I got a tape machine home. I can tape my favorite shows.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll sit here. But outside that, I think it's interesting. We got some interesting things coming up in the city.
Yeah, good.
Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Kaz, I just joined the show. I don't know if anyone brought it up. That caller last week that said that all of the recyclables are thrown into the same bin. I watched last Monday night, and I had a can or a clear plastic bag of cans, and the person picked them up and threw both bags about 20 feet in the air in the same direction into the large bin.
So I think they're doing it. I don't know. That disappoints me because I called him a while back and I had a long talk with the director, and for a while it looked like mine was being. I haven't looked at mine now in a week or so.
Yeah.
They were starting to look like they were changing into a proper way, but I'm going to have to check into that again because that's getting a little discouraging.
Yeah, it is. I don't know why they would mislead us, but they are.
Well, they tell me they got a couple machines, so I guess what I got to do is I got to go over there, find out where those trucks are, in what areas.
Well, that's not doing it for everyone.
No, because we don't have multi-bay trucks for every district. But to the public, it looks like, why should I buy the bags? Why should I go through all the work?
Right.
And then they do that because we do get we we have to pay for garbage. And so what happens is if the recyclables, we get a little return on what we bring in, that comes off our bill then. That cuts down our costs. But that's because we chose to have them. What we do is we put in a bag and then they bring it and they sort it. We don't sort it right at the spot. Like some communities, you put your cans on one side, put your plastics on the other, put your papers down below in the bin or something.
So we got to find out if that's how they're handling it. Are they just putting it all in one truck and separating it at the facility? We got to find out.
That would be surprising that they're going to separate from such a large amount of trash.
Wait, yeah, that makes it kind of rough, but
yeah,
You wouldn't have the time. It would take too long to separate it after it's already been compacted.
yeah, you'd think that'd be more of a cost to them. So, if we want to get our bang for our buck, we should be at least separating it.
Right at the pickup site, not later. That they don't have the time to be separating it later.
No, and it's not like those bags are super expensive, but they are a little bit.
yeah.
For some people, that's a little bit extra cost.
Yeah, and mainly it's the time we have to take to.
Yeah, to wash them out or take the labels off, if you do it that way,
Yeah.
I smash the cans down so I can get as many cans as I can into a bag.
Right.
It's a heavy bag. It's all compressed cans.
Yeah, a lot of people are going through that, so if they're just doing it wrong, then what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? And why deceive us? Be upfront. Show us. Tell us what you're really doing. You're not gaining anything by telling us that and doing something different. You're hurting the credibility of the department and maybe of the administration.
Well, summer's coming, so I'll have my door open more.
Yeah.
And I usually stay up late. I'll probably be watching a little more.
Well, if they're doing it that way, then we're losing money too, because like you said, we get some money back on it, so that would be something that needs to be dealt with.
If they know where you live, they may put yours into separate trucks than general public.
I hope not.
Special treatment.
I don't like that though, but
Oh.
And if they convince you that they're separating them, then they may think they don't have to convince us, but we're watching and they're hurting their credibility because we see that they're not separating it at the point of pickup, and we believe they're not going to separate it later if they don't separate it at the point of pickup.
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm keeping an eye on it. It's not like we did ask them, like I said, a few weeks ago, and I did get a call from the director, and I guess I have to do it again.
Yeah, how are they going to convince us that they're separating them if they do what I see and what that other caller sees up on East Avenue? And then there's probably other people who may not call in who are seeing the same thing.
Yeah, I remember before, it used to hear two trucks. Sometimes they're right almost on top of one another.
Yeah.
But, you'd see like half the bags left out.
Right. So the other truck should pick it up.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Unless there's a problem. Now, sometimes if a truck breaks down,
Right.
and then it was explained to me that in certain cul-de-sacs, one truck will go in there and pick it all up, but they'll stick it back at the end of they'll put the recyclables or some, like on the top, at the entrance to the place. It's easier than, because of the tightness.
Yeah.
They don't want too many trucks going. One truck will go in there.
I can understand that if they're doing it that way.
But that's in those days. They don't do them. They don't leave it at the top of my hill.
Yeah.
They just keep going. But hey, thank you for calling.
Got to ask somebody again, I guess.
I guess he's off.
Department to convince us. I'd like to hear how they can convince us, because what I saw doesn't show me that they're separating it. They're not. They got to separate it at the point of pickup, not later, because they just don't have the time to separate it later.
Yeah, they got plenty of time to do it. I don't know what the problem is.
No, I mean, if they don't separate it when they pick it up, if they don't put it into two separate bins, they're certainly not going to take.
they're not going to have the time to separate it later.
Right.
If they put it into the same bin at the point of pickup, they got to put it in a separate bins at the point of pickup, because that's the only way that they're going to be able to show me that they are separating it.
Right.
Thank you for taking my call.
Hey, anytime.
Thanks for
Have a
calling,
nice
Sal.
Easter, too.
Yeah, happy Easter.
You too, DJ.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go.
Hey.
We're busy today.
Right on.
Go ahead, caller.
I hate to be a broken record,
Who?
but my garbage was picked up Thursday night. I had 3 bags, green one, blue bag with papers and cans, all the same truck.
All one truck, you said?
All the same truck. It's been about the 4th week in a row now. It's been the same truck every night.
So you don't get a second truck then?
Nope.
You don't even hear one, right?
No, I do not hear one. I'm a very not a sound sleeper. Because I sleep with the windows open.
Okay, well, I guess I got to make another phone call.
3419 East Avenue. They finally have a dumpster on the side of the building.
They do now?
Yes,
Okay.
as of today.
If it's not done, give me a call. You can get my number from the clerk's office, okay?
I wrote it down when you gave it out here a little bit ago.
Yeah, because so they do have. I saw the dumpster there. So when I went to church the one day. So they are doing it, right?
But they just brought the dumpster today.
There wasn't there one there before. I'm thinking of another house then.
Now, what's the length of time that they, in your opinion, that this pile should be cleaned up?
Well, they tell me they have to cite them, so I better check when they cited them, and then I believe I'm not sure if it's 30 days or 90 days.
Oh, that long?
Well, I'll find out. And in fact, I'll make a quick call when I get out of here to see what kind of action was. 3419 East Avenue, correct?
Rob told me that they were cited last Monday.
Okay, and I'll ask him what I'll ask him what the time is involved.
I did call him today, and he didn't know. I don't know why he doesn't know.
He's got to know what the procedure is, how long they wait before they take action.
He didn't give me any answers.
Okay, I'll get him for you.
Okay, then.
Now, I'm not going to be on the air next week, so if I do, I'll relay him through. John Steiner is going to do the show next week. I'll either relay it through him or through DJ here.
Okay. Okay, then have a good day.
Okay, thank you.
Too.
Bye.
Yeah, they don't know. They got to know what the time limit is.
Yeah.
I don't know why 30 days or 90 days sticks in my head. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going.
Good. How about you?
How is it me? I almost come up to your house this morning.
Why?
Went by a dust storm on 38th Street.
What the heck was that all about?
Well, there was a sweeper. Are the fire hydrants without water?
Oh.
No, they definitely.
Oh.
Now, they told me to get a truck number when that happens. Did you
Well, it was about 9:30 this morning on East 38th Street.
And they didn't have the water, right?
If I had just gotten my car wash, I'd have been down at your treasurer's office and getting money for a new car wash.
No water in.
I mean, the whole street from the north side to the south side, that's all you had, dust blowing everywhere.
And you didn't get a number of the truck, though, did you?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's all right, but
The same one that runs up and down our streets without a curb.
was it white, yellow, or?
Yellow.
Okay.
And I blew the hell out of my horn, but you can't hear anything.
He's probably got headphones on, number one.
Well, he's probably listening to radio, on his headset. And now I have another thing. Have we renewed the contract with our janitorial service there in City Hall?
I believe we did. Some tells me it was.
Who follows up on their cleaning?
That would be up to Public Works.
Well, I'll tell you what.
That'd be Doug Mitchell's office.
If that was me, I would fire him. I came there this morning and paid my wasted tax money because I'm not getting anything for my service. The floor in that hallway, I came from the back from the police officer entrance,
Yeah.
is filthy. completely filthy. The garbage can in the back, it was full, running over, and the cigarette butts out back. What is there, a smoke fest going on back there?
Well, there's a no smoking zone.
Well, I think they ought to put a no smoking zone back there.
You mean they don't hit the people I've seen back there, at least the employees I've watched, do use the...
They do, huh?
Yeah, they do, but that doesn't say everybody does.
Well, I saw probably 20 cigarette butts.
Well, you know what you got to remember? That one there outside the police station?
Yeah.
That is a lot of people that are there, you know...
The men in blue?
Not by choice.
Not always the men in blue, the civilians, so a lot of them will just go outside and, you know, toss it.
90% of civilians today don't smoke.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think they're realizing their health's at risk.
I don't know, they say young ladies are smoking more than young men now.
I think they like the additives put to the cigarettes. You know, in days of old, I used to go buy a pack of Camels for my dad.
Wow, that's a rough cigarette.
And they were 18 cents a pack. But when he sat one down in the ashtray and didn't stay on top of it, it would burn out.
Yeah.
Today it would probably cause a fire.
You're probably right. There's a lot of crap in there.
Yeah, it's not tobacco like it used to be. But I recall it was 18 cents. He'd give me a quarter, and I'd get 7 cents for a couple of pieces of penny candy and a Moss root beer.
Yeah, those 18-cent days are gone.
Yeah, I guess so. But no, I was curious if you rebid the contract or whatever. But nobody seems to be following up on the people doing the work.
Well, let me tell you something. There's a lot. When I was controller, there was a lot of complaints.
About the people doing the housekeeping?
Yeah, we've gone through, this is the third, I think this is the third one, but it's actually a retread of the first one. Mm-hmm. So we went one, then we went to another company, then we went back to this one. I've never been happy with them, and I made my complaints felt. But
you got to go up to the 5th floor and tell the man.
But I could not pay the bill, you know, But, you know, many of the employees around here, they would tell me because telling somebody else might get them in a lot of hot water.
Yeah.
And I would you know, make a walk over, and I would see things like it, and this is embarrassing, but you would see paper clips and hair follicles actually waxed to the floor.
Yeah, I walked in that back door there. Walk out there and take a peek when you're done on the air.
Well, we had a spider that was in the stairwell that we put a sign. It was circa 1980. There were cobwebs, and what happens is I look at the contracts, and typically they say we're going to provide blah 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 this many guys blah blah blah, and then when you find out they don't provide the number of people.
No, they just run one person and try and hurry up and get out.
And in fairness to those employees, they probably don't pay them a lot. So, you know, you get people that, you know, need a job. They take that janitorial work. Then after a while, you know, they want to move on. So you have no continuity a lot of times. We had a crew for a while that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. But then some floors weren't. You know, and I miss the old days when we had our own people here. And, you know, we could monitor them. Sometimes you get some people here that are very conscientious, but sometimes you get those that aren't. But overall, all I hear from them is, well, we're saving money.
Yeah.
But
you're not getting the quality.
No, I don't.
You had your own janitorial staff. They did a better and more a decent job. It was more presentable. They got everything.
Well, here's what happens, you know, and you know it, John. You've been in the real world. You know, when somebody like me complains and I'm the controller, my office is going to be clean.
Well, I'll call Jill Beck and let her. She's supposed to be the mayor's under henchman.
And John, you know the mayor's office is going to be clean. The controller who complains, he's going to be clean, right?
Yeah, but I bet under the phone and the rungs of the chair aren't dusted every night.
No, some of the things that happened, they've improved on them, but the one day I came in, they waxed my whole floor.
You almost killed yourself. They moved everything.
They should have moved it, but they didn't. The hard drives were waxed to the floor.
Go right around the corner, right?
And there was an inch of wax up the side of the cabinets. You know, and I'm going.
Well, you were up to the old service center where I worked. You know how you went downstairs? You had 3 rails.
Yeah.
We had a supervisor, and this was our own janitorial staff. He used to go down to the 3rd rail because most of the people, when they went down, they're using the top handrail.
Yeah, you're right.
And he'd go down to the 3rd rail, and if he'd find any dust, there'd be holy heck to pay.
Well, you know, people say, well, you know, you're being. I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, they're getting a good salary for that. The outfit is.
When I was laid off, I did that for a while. I did that while I was in college. So I mean, it's not like I haven't been through cleaning. I've cleaned my share of toilets and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, like they say, don't BS a BSer.
Yeah.
And when I worked for Whitey Cleaver, he was, you know, you learn real quick, you know, don't leave those, like you say, the 3rd rail and everything.
Right, do it all.
Yeah, if you're there, get it done, you know, I mean.
We had a white room which was our dispatcher and trouble room. It had a white floor. And you know those guys come in with their their black shoes and all that.
Yeah.
They had the janitors up there cleaning with a toothbrush and toothpaste to get all the scuff marks off.
Wow.
And you could see your face in that floor.
Well, we had one janitor at the school district, trying to think his last name now, but Tony, and man, was he tough. You know, his school was like, you could eat off the floor. and you know, a lot of guys didn't want to work for him, and you can figure out why.
The 5-second rule, right?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of guys didn't want to work for him. You know why, John?
Well, sure.
He demanded perfection, you know.
Wanted the work done properly. And if you did the work properly, he'd back you all the way up. So, that's my few pet peeves for today. I'm going to go home and...
Well, you have a nice Easter, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll have somebody on the show next week.
And where are you going?
Down to Allentown to visit my grandsons and my son.
They got a little snow down that way.
My daughter-in-law. Yeah. Well, they don't get as much as we do, but lately they have been.
They were going to close the Boston schools because they had a threat of 5 inches.
Well, my son laughs down there because they get a little bit of snow, and they shut down Allentown and the schools. And
oh, yeah.
But you know what? They don't have the
same thing up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. They don't have the plows we do.
Yeah. But I see we're going to get some more words to wisdom how to handle the city problem from that guy from Atlanta.
Oh, you mean the consultant?
Yeah.
Well, you know, actually, John, I mean, have you listened to the presentation?
I listened to some of it, but you know, you can't compare Atlanta to the city of Erie, and with the economics the way they are and the whole shot.
No, but you know what? The only thing that I liked about his report was how he divided up the city into sections and explained.
That's how the wards are divided. You should be able to pick out.
Well, this one wasn't by wards, though, John. It was by color, like red, yellow, green.
Yeah.
And explained like.
But don't they have that problem here? Red, yellow, green, orange.
Well, what they did was they said the red zone is obviously, you know, the area that needs a lot of work. The yellow zone is it could either go either way, you know. And they were showing how over the years Erie's green zone has shrunk. You know, and he did point out a lot of the problems, and he was honest about one thing, that it would cost a lot of money to fix them, you know.
Sure, you know, you don't have any industry up here.
But if we do nothing, and nothing means...
Well, we should take that money we're giving to all these various centers and take that money and do something in the inner city with it.
Well, you know what, like you're talking about, the CDBG money?
Yes.
This year we're cut back
for it, but that's baloney.
Well, I know, but that has to be used for certain projects, and it's very strict on what you can use it for.
I don't know. They use it on that popcorn zoo you got down on Perry Square, where all the monkeys are.
Wait, but that's not CDBG. That was more this other grant that. See, that's a grant that we applied for, and you can get mad because we applied for it, but the problem is, if we don't apply for it...
Somebody else will get it, but so...
Yeah. They wanted to fix up the park, and this is the way of doing it without, you know, costing the taxpayers here directly. I mean, you paid for it as taxpayers of the state and the federal government.
Sure you do.
But people misunderstand. I mean, I would love to take the money they give us and do other things, but... Like even the CDBG money, if we want to pave roads with CDBG money, it has to be in certain areas.
Yeah, well, look at the Warner. We have all that money for that, and yet they can't get decent equipment in. All the shows are going to Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and Buffalo.
Well, the problem there is
They're not releasing the money because we have a dumb Democratic governor.
Well, even the first one didn't release it. Okay.
Yeah.
The second one, Rendell didn't release it. He put it in there. And then the Republican governor, Corbett, he didn't release it. Wolf either can't release it or won't. And the problem is that what they explained to me was, this is typical Harrisburg. There's a lot of promises, but no money.
Yeah.
In other words, there's not enough money to back up all the promises. So what they do is, if you remember a couple of years ago, we decided the arena was more important than the Warner.
Yeah.
So that money went to the arena. So naturally, in their way of thinking in Harrisburg, well, Erie got their pot of gold. Now we got to shift a little gold out to this side. So everybody gets a little gold.
Yeah.
And so by the time it comes around to Erie again, if it does get back, it's frustrating. We should have had that project finished.
Yes, we should have.
But, they decided the arena was much more, well, there again you had the threat of the Otters were going to move.
Yeah, well, you take a walk down that hall and look at that can and look at the floor. I mean, I know you're going to say you will, but I know you won't.
No, I go by. Hey, John, I've been in that.
To the back parking lot?
Yeah, I've been back there, and I'm guessing, a lot of people use that back there.
Yeah.
And like I say, I've known employees that smoke back there because they're told they have to, get out. But in wintertime, they give them a little latitude.
Like they do it at the Erie Insurance. Go across the street, and they've got a big can over there in the park where they throw their butts.
Yeah, but I'll kind of keep an eye on it. I know a couple of people, I'll kind of tell them to pass the word. But if it's people at night that are, visiting a police station,
yeah,
there's not much you can do about that. But, well, when you come in the morning, you clean it,
Come in on a Monday afternoon or in the morning and the can is full, darn well they didn't get it Friday night or whenever they do it. But we got a good little gal down at the treasurer's office. She caught me overpaying my taxes by $2. My hat's off to her.
Did you tip her? No, I'm just joking.
I told her to take it for a coffee, but she wouldn't. Have a good one.
Good. Yeah, tell me who she is sometime, and I'll thank her for you.
That little gal, it's not Sue. It's that little gal with nice brownish black hair.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. I'll go over and tell her you said something.
Yeah, she's very conscientious and very, very smart.
We have a lot of nice employees there, let me tell you.
You do, that's true.
I had, like I say, in my office, I had three of the best people I ever had in my life.
And you got to line back up to their check. Have a good morning.
See you, John.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, he brings up about that comprehensive plan. That's an interesting plan, but, whether we listen to it or not.
Right.
Or parts of it thereof. Go ahead, caller.
Sorry to call back, but I happened to turn on to East 38th Street off of East Avenue, and I looked up my mirror, and that street sweeper, I could not believe the dust that he was throwing up. That's the worst I have ever seen.
See, they told me that, it's very rare when they don't use water.
Yeah.
But it's apparent they're lying to me now.
No, they don't use water because they go up East Avenue once in a while, and as soon as I hear it, I jump up and look to see what number the truck is, just in case he's not.
Yeah, you didn't get it though, did you?
What?
Did you get the truck number?
Oh, he was behind me. I was.
When I was a kid, we used to love when those trucks come through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because, you get over and get splashed, and the guy comes a little closer. You loved it, but...
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Hey, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to love it as kids, water truck come.
Yeah.
You'd splash, go home.
I never got to partake in anything like that.
But that was classic.
Yeah.
The guys knew the neighborhood, too, and they tell the kids, and they come a little close, and...
Any kids ever get sucked under the truck? Wah! That would suck. They get a good cleaning. So you got to follow up on something now.
Yeah, that's okay. I like that.
Yeah.
It's disappointing. The same stuff comes up. They just don't Somebody's not listening.
It's got to, maybe it's harder to clean up after the water runs. Maybe cleaning the trucks out is too much of a pain because they got to hose it down and spray it out, and you have mud and stuff.
The fire department thought that way.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm just saying, maybe that's just the way somebody's thinking, but it's not. If you're told to do it, do it.
I can remember, I remember a lot of things that just...
If you're told to do a job and you're getting paid, don't do a half-assed job. Do the job. Saying.
But, yeah, this comprehensive plan will be interesting.
Explain more.
Well, I mean, it goes into great detail about the various zones, how they're evolving.
Yeah. I want to see that. You guys got a map, you said? You got a color-coded map? I want to see the red zone.
He didn't give us one, but he had one there at the meeting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be, we'll get a book when they get the final format.
I'd like to see what they consider the red zone.
Well, it's not like a precise line either. It's it's done with a lot of data, and what you do is you look at the income level of people living there, the age of the housing,
right,
the value of the housing, the condition of the housing, and then they kind of put that together and they say, you really don't need that map. You can tell on your own in here.
Yeah, this is true. But I like to see the map because it kind of helps hit it home, But
he was honest about one thing with us. He said, this is how much it costs, but if you can't do it, this is what But
there's a couple of different options.
Yeah, but here's the options, he said. And I remember this one, it's like going to the hospital, he said. He said, you can go to the emergency room, they'll slap a Band-Aid on you and no medication.
Yeah.
Go home and you'll get infected or die, The second one is they'll come and they'll take care of you a little bit. You don't listen to them, you don't do all the measures.
Yeah.
So you die a little bit later.
Infected and you die, yeah.
Or the third one, he said, they operate on you, do what they tell you to do, and you survive. He said, it's all up to us. And that was the analogy, but...
Yeah. That's a good one.
But the price tag was definitely not cheap. We're talking six figures with crooked numbers. Not ones.
Yeah, oh.
You ever hear the term crooked numbers, like twos, threes,
Those are crooked numbers?
Yeah. Numbers that ain't straight, like one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you look at you go, oh my God, you start talking 200, 300 million. And that's only like window dressing sometimes. But that tells you what shape a lot of the communities are in over the years.
So how much was the Band-Aid option?
Well, anything less than that,
Oh, man.
But that's what we're doing now is Band-Aid approaches.
This is true.
But, for any community to enter that, no matter who pays for it, the feds, the state, the local, still the same pair of pants. It's a taxpayer. And the problem is you just, over the years, cities especially have been allowed to erode. People left them.
Yeah.
They now become the depository for tax-exempt social services and everything that doesn't contribute economically. So you have this great void now, And you look around, it doesn't matter where you are, Ohio or wherever, I mean, there's nice parts of Cleveland, but then there's bad parts of Cleveland.
Yeah.
The cities are, they're not where they were during the golden age when everybody, things were going well.
Right. I don't know. There's just, you could see it. Like you said, you drive around the city, you can see the areas, you can see the red zone.
Well, it's like where I'm not sure about it, but the movie where that Christmas Story was made in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I think now that used to be a good area, but it's kind of getting run down now,
Sure.
They tell people you want to visit it,
Yeah.
visit in the daytime and.
Wow.
But I mean, that's the trouble. You got poverty, unemployment, crime, and you got lack of taxpayers. Like what's happened to Detroit and stuff. You don't want to see that happen here, but
yeah. think a big part of it's greed. I think a few people get control of things and they don't want to let up. They don't want to give back.
Yeah, companies today are not, I mean, they always made money.
Yeah.
But the difference was, in the old days, the families felt that they were an important part of the community.
Right.
And acted it.
Yeah.
You know, the Barron campus was started by I'm trying to think of the name of the family, the Barrons, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
And you had the Hammermill Center across the street was the Hammermill family.
Right, right.
The Kohler family, the Brewers, they were part of the community.
They were part of the community, and the community felt that. There was a communal feeling.
Today, the big shots all want to be in the Carolinas or someplace. They don't want to be here in Erie.
Yeah, nobody actually operates things from here, so they don't know what the community is.
Yeah, like the original guys, Isaac Baker, the clothier.
Right.
I didn't know who the guy was. I thought he was a clothier. And then I look around town and you find out, he was a school director, and he did other things,
Yeah.
And the names of the old days, the names of the families that started things.
Yeah.
The Lords and the Hertz and all that,
Right. I'm just trying to figure out what to do, because there are so many people in the world. It's hard to feel like part of a community because there's just a lot of people. There's too many people.
Well, I look at my old neighborhood and I said, the demise of the neighborhood schools, as many used to have, the demise of a lot of churches now.
Yeah.
The demise of the corner store.
Right.
That.
There's not as many mom and pops, and that used to be kind of a staple of a decent society. You have a lot of little stores, a lot of little businesses, and it's all being driven out by the larger.
Yeah, when we started building plazas and malls, it started going away slowly, and then people wanted more room. They didn't want to be crammed,
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to want more room, but everything's just gone. Everything's so far apart. Again, there's no community.
That's true. Go ahead, caller.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
You too. What's up?
I want to report something that looks real disgusting. I was on my way home from downtown Erie yesterday to southeast Erie, and I turned off Ash Street at 18th to go over 18th Street and Buffalo Road to East Avenue back up to my house. And the whole north side of 18th Street, where it turns into Buffalo Road, nothing but litter. It looks like a city dump, and I just want to report that. I guess people aren't saying anything about it because of the neighborhood that it's in, but it would be a good work detail for the guys at the Erie County Prison, or maybe some Boy Scout groups that might want to clean it up. Or
where does it start? Like at Parade Street?
No, right at 18th and Ash.
Okay, and then you head east, right?
East and right up to across the street from Joe's Garage.
Yeah, that whole area there along that's about where the trash yard was, right?
Yeah, right. It's all vacant now?
Yeah.
Actually, code enforcement should take care of that, but it looked real disgusting. When I started going east, I thought, okay, there's by the Falcons Club, there's a few bottles and the cups and everything, but I kept going east, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse.
Actually, there's a long-range plan. I mean, it's really long-range, but they want to kind of turn that into a park. And, along the old railroad tracks and that. But
they wanted to turn that into low-income housing at one time, too, that property.
Yeah, but, you're right, though. It's terrible there. There are people that adopt it every once in a while to clean it, but, it comes down to...
Wow, that must have been accumulating all winter, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it gets pretty gross in there.
Really. The only good thing I can say about it is I didn't see any couches or mattresses or any big items, but it's all litter, glass bottles and plastic cups and whatnot.
Well, it used to blow into that field and then it would kind of get hidden with the weeds.
Yeah, well, the fence that is there is at least keeping that garbage between the fence and the street, so it'd be easy to police, all depending on who would want to clean it up.
I don't think we take our inmates out. I'm not sure, but...
Well, I'm not suggesting like down south, like a chain gang or anything.
No. But a lot of places, when you're on what they call light duty, And a lot of people would rather be outside than inside.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Get some of these guys that are going to be released in a couple months, and they probably would love to go outdoors and maybe help the community out a little bit and get a little exercise.
Yeah, even in Virginia, they're not exactly chain gangs, but they take low-risk people.
Yeah, right.
And if you run, it's stupid because you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get out shortly. So.
Right.
Your sentence.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good idea. Or some of these service groups that want to, you know.
Yeah, whoever, you know, or the city, whatever it has to be done, you know. But it just looks disgusting, and the people who live across the street from that, you know, it's a disgusting sight.
There's a field around there too, not far from there. Man, I looked in there one day. It was like a.
From Joe's Garage, from the rest of the way up to Buffalo Road to East Avenue is clean. Whoever cleaned that out did a real good job, but it's just that whole north side of the street is a pigsty.
Yeah, it is, and it's like it gets worse in a windstorm.
Right. So I just wanted to report that, regardless of who wants to clean it up or who should clean it up.
Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
I'll turn it in, and hopefully, I don't know if there's any property owners, but it'll probably come down to us cleaning it.
Yeah, I don't know if they would be fined or whatever, but it just looks terrible.
Yeah, I use that road a lot. I notice it because I come into downtown there a lot of times through there.
Well, it looks bad. You get these people coming in from Ripley and Westfield, New York, by way of Buffalo Road and Route 20, and if they come in all the way to downtown Erie, you know, what kind of message is that telling about our city?
And even though the prison's there, I mean, think if they have visitors, what they think of the city when they,
Right.
you know, but...
Okay, I just wanted to report that.
Well, thank you for turning it in.
Thanks for calling.
Good Easter, guys.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, it is very bad there.
Yeah, we got about a minute left, and I think I will put out the last thought of the day. People are always complaining that there's no jobs and there's no place for the kids, no things for the kids to do. Why can't the city start some sort of a work program where they pay the kids and we get the kids involved?
We do have summer employment.
Yeah?
Yeah, we hire a lot of kids here in the summer.
Okay, well, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
we do.
something we could do is
You
have
would see
the
these
kids go
kids,
out and...
You'll see them around here in when school lets out.
Yeah.
And they'll be
Okay, that's good.
They'll be going around planting
That's
flowers
good.
or working.
But maybe
in the
not
park.
just in the summer, because there's always wintertime stuff, too, that could be done. There's plowing of
It's
sidewalks.
tough to get the kids in the winter and stuff.
I know.
Because they, they're back at school. Traditionally, we've always gotten the kids when...
No, I blame Facebook.
But there's a lot of kids that look for work, just...
Yeah.
And we'll put them on trucks, and they'll be cutting the grass around, the fields we got.
Yep.
So, hey, I want to thank you. And,
Hey, just don't forget, go out and vote for the person who's on the other side of this thing that I can't talk
the
about.
silver-haired guy with the glasses?
Yeah, the guy that doesn't make chicken.
I didn't say none. You did.
No, I didn't say nothing.
So have a happy Easter, and
have a happy everything.
you have John Steiner on here, and
yeah, John will be here. I may not be.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Take care, everybody.
And I'll take care of this.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching the Taxpayers Hotline Show on Erie's own Government Access, Channel 9.